where you can remember vividly. I can remember having the headphones on and it cutting, like, finished Stairway to Heaven or whatever it finished, and then it went to halfway through a solo in All Along the Watchtower. And from that point on, my musical appreciation of life just changed in an instant. I mean, I've still got the original cassette that I first heard Hendrix on. It was just one of those moments that, changed my musical sensibilities for the rest of my life. Yeah. I've still got the original cassette that I bought, so from that, went out and bought, my first ever cassette. I think it was like $10, and it was some really bad recordings, some which were fake recordings of Hendrix and some which were real, because it was a period where people were making music of Hendrix. It wasn't actually him recording. That's how it all started. Yeah. Look, I am not the kind of person who remembers or even cares on the technical information of, like, I couldn't tell you what year he had a #1 hit and what, or even, potentially what year some albums were released. If you really pressured me, I'd probably freak out. But I do care about the man and how he became what he is or what he was. So even the fact that I said is probably indicative of the level of passion. So if you put me on Mastermind or something like that, and they had a quiz on the statistics and how many #1s he had, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I can dead set sit down and tell you where I was when I first heard a song. One of the most vivid memories in my mind of listening to Electric Ladyland is sitting on a beach in New Zealand with the cassette playing of Electric Ladyland, and I can hear it now. I can imagine I can be back there listening to the sounds of the waves rolling onto the shore as a Voodoo Child blasts out over the beach by a fire. Those are the moments that I remember. So with me being a fan, I'm a fan of a personal fan rather than a technical fan. But in having those sorts of moments as I've moved through the years, it's enabled me to collect things which are special. And some of those things have been happen chance. For example, I was in Melbourne 10 years ago and went to Minotaur, which is a place in Melbourne which has a whole lot of collectibles, and I bought a Pop Rocks item that had just been released, the vinyl Pop Rocks, and it was #1 in their series of Pop Rocks, and it was a Hendrix one, $15. Just bought it just because I wanted it. It looked cool. I actually bought 2 or 3 of them, I think, and I've only got one left because I've left them on desks or thrown them out, or the kids have wrecked them or whatever, but I've got one that's original, and that's valued now sometimes up to $1,000. But it wasn't bought because I wanted to have it as a collectible item. I bought it because it would look cool on my desk, and it was a Hendrix thing. So as a fan, it's just sort of happened like that.